Mediumship test. If you've ever wondered if you're a medium or not, try this test. Most mediums are just known as the middle person to spirit. So what that means is that they get a message from spirit in many different ways, and then they have to share it with the person. They have to interpret it and share it with the person. Sometimes they just give what they get, which tends to be the best way, because the information is given in a way that the person can understand. If they don't understand, then maybe you have to ask for more information. So most mediums think that they work through hearing. But a medium over time will have opened all their senses. And so there's 7 senses that they work through. And then we go to the stage of channeling, where we can tap into the DNA of a person, the past, the present, the future, the universe, and not just get guidance and wisdom for the person when we connect our mind, our body, and our soul together. So when you align, or when you become one with yourself, you'll find your information that coming through can be so many different ways. And so a good medium is one that has got the 7 senses and then becomes the oneness, and then becomes one with themselves. And so here's a little test for all those people to want to know which sense that they're working with. And those that train and work can eventually use all their senses to get messages. This helps the spirit world, because sometimes some spirits haven't got the energy just to talk all the time. And like a picture paints 1,000 words. Even a feeling, like an empath, of what the person's go through, you can really relate to that person, and then you can understand. You have to be very careful in some scenarios and situations of the messages that you give. It's a big responsibility being a medium. So anyway, let's get back to the test. So first of all, you should always cleanse. You should always meditate or cleanse before doing anything at all. Over time of practice, you can find quick ways to cleanse and get yourself straight into the zone, or what we call the enlightenment stage, when all the different senses become one quickly. All right. So I just want you to breathe in and breathe out, and just let go of all the emotions, the fears, the doubts, the worries of doing this. Just imagine them going to a box as you release all the energies, or into a stream as you're letting go of all that which will stop the flow of your connection to spirit. So just keep breathing in and breathing out. Imagine heaven's energy coming through into your head, cleansing your body and preparing your vessel to be able to receive the pure message. Imagine it going out through your feet, and like a tree, roots coming out of your feet into the ground as you become one once more with nature. This is very good for balancing, and it's very good for connecting. So if you can create a nature box, and look at some of my mediumship course, I have certain ways to show you how to do this, you will get a better connection. So just imagine unconditional love going into your heart, cleansing your whole body, going through your head and cleansing your aura. So all your thoughts and ideas, all your wants and needs can be cleansed away, so that you can have a purer connection. I love myself, say in your head 10 times. And I am peace. This aligns the mind, the body, and the soul. Okay, cool. Right then. So you may want to close your eyes. This will help you just to use and open your senses. Because sometimes with our eyes, what we're doing is we're focusing on what's going on. If someone's coming through the door, we're getting the information for the brain. We're trying to switch the brain to the connective mode. And in this mode, what your brain will do is will look for the connections to share the information, rather than what you don't know. And this is why you have to really work on your senses. Because if you become a situation, you might actually, the body might reject the information coming from the spirit world, and that causes you then the brain to kick in and start to add information. because when he doesn't know something, or when the body's worried about it, possibly the energies or the emotions or whatever from your client that you're working with, then it will actually cause to stop the flow of the connection. Okay, so just close your eyes. Imagine yourself at a building or a cottage or wherever you feel drawn to. There's just a room that you're needing to go into, or a place that you want to go into. And as you go into this place, you see a table with 7 boxes on. We'll get into if there's colours in the boxes or whatever later, because they are another way of getting messages. So just knowing that there's 7 boxes on this table and that you're in front of this, then we're going to open the box 1. Inside this box is a picture. It's an image. This is what we call clear seeing. And this is how spirit can show us pictures on walls, on tables, on carpets, on all sorts of ways. They'll project an image into our third eye to give us a message. So once you open the box, use all your senses to open the box. So feel it, touch it, sense it, become one with the box. And as you open up, look for a picture inside. It doesn't matter what the picture is. If you can't quite see the picture, don't. But just knowing that the picture is there is enough to open your sense. Open your clear seeing sense. Being able to visualize. If you can't visualize, then come to me and I'll clear the third eye that was stopping you. Or go to my opening of. So as you see an image, you can either make a note of this image or remember this image. And then close the box. Now we're moving on to the second box. Okay. So the second box is about tasting. So as you open the lid, there will be a fruit in there. Maybe your favourite fruit. So imagine yourself taking a bite out of an apple, or having an orange, or whatever you feel drawn to. Look to see or to taste what it is that's in that box. And then once you've done that, close the box and move on to the third sense, which is smell. So as you open the box, you now see inside the box flowers. Maybe your favourite flowers. Try to get the smell of the flowers. I love lavender, so I can even smell lavender now, or just the knowing that there's lavender there is enough to open up the sense. Okay. Then we move on to the fourth box. And in the fourth box is a radio. And so you switch the radio on and you tune it in, a little bit like tuning yourself, and maybe you'll get a song or somebody talking, and this is opening up your hearing. If you wanted to practice your hearing, you can imagine yourself in a cave and speaking and hearing your voice being returned to you. This is a way to let spirit know that you are starting to listen to them and you're starting to hear them. Okay, so mate, you can have a piece of paper and pen and make a note, or just remember what was the song or whatever was said on the radio. Then we close the box there and we move on to the next one. As we open up this one, this is connecting to our loved ones, connecting to people on the other side. So we ask for an ornament or an object or a message in this box. It could be anything that represents a family member or whatever. So we ask a family member to come forward and stand behind us. This is the knowing box. So just know, feel what is behind you. What is it is it a male? Is it a female? We don't need to turn around. What we're trying to do is ascertain and open up our intuition and our gut feelings. Because if we just know something, then that can help us. So if you walk into a room, you just know there's a spirit there, or you just know that it's not a good place to walk into, and so you walk out. All right, so that is the knowing stage. That also can be for empaths, so it could be a feeling as well. All right, okay. Then we close the box up. We thank the person for coming forward, and then we work on to the sixth sense. And with the sixth sense, it is the knowing gone to even further. And so we look into the box and see what the message is in the box. And just know the sixth box is the feeling. Now, the knowing and the feeling can be sort of like mixed up sometimes. But what I want you to do is open the box and feel inside the box and pull out whatever object is in the box. Try and merge with the energy of the item and feel what it is that you have in that box. Just you can actually just feel that what it might be in the box as well. That's another way of opening your empathic energy abilities. So just feel what it is that's in there and what message is for you. Then we close the lid and we move on to the seventh sense. The seventh sense is when we now link to all the boxes together to make one box. So whatever, all the senses. So you have clear seeing, hearing, smell, taste, feel, knowing, and then just imagine all those energies coming to one as you then become the seventh sense. This is very good for channeling. So if you can feel all the senses become one, all the senses on the body, all your chakras connecting as one, then you might be able to get a message from the universe. This will be spiritual guidance. This will be wisdom. This will be what your path is or what you may need to do. And so once you feel at one with this, you will not feel any worry or fear about it. Because when we're connected to the universe, we become part of everything. And so we can tap into anything. We can go backwards down our timelines, forwards down our timelines into the future. We can connect to somebody to teach us, to help us, to guide us. And this is when all your senses come together and you feel a medium. Now, if you opened all the boxes, if you saw colours, the colours have messages as well. You might not have seen any of it, but the knowing it was there is enough as well. Sometimes when we move on from our senses, we also go to the knowing stage where we just know things, We don't know how we know things. So we don't always see, hear, touch, feel when we've moved on. So just be wary of that one, that when you develop, that you might be a case that you've moved on from the boxes to the knowing stage and then obviously to the seventh sense. So make a note, and you can do this test many times. So whichever ones that you were clear and easy to do or felt right, then they're the ones that your main attributes. You might be good at visualization. You might be good at hearing spirit. The taste and the smell may take a little bit of work, but some people, because if you get, say for example, you get a smell, it's very strong, and it can instantly tell you the person that you're with. It can instantly, that maybe your granddad had Old Spice, and that smell, you can remember that smell, or you could smell compost, and you could smell burning, and you could smell a pipe smell, and these are instant messages. And so it's good to have all your senses. And so make a note each time you do this, because you can actually use this to get messages. So instead of it being a test to find out which of your senses are working, you can also imagine yourself at the boxes and ask for a message. And each one might have a different message for you. So if you want to develop your mediumship, I have a pack. I have a couple of online courses, and I have a full course that you can do, which takes you to the next level. Each is working with the senses. Each is working on preparing your vessel. Each is worth connecting to the source and channeling and information. My pack that's £25, which was downloaded by Spirit World, is a PDF format with a load of audios for you to try. We have 40 questions, most asked questions. We've got about 40 odd topics to help you. We have 2 hours worth of actual information. Half of it is actually practicing. The more you practice, the more you get your senses opened, the more connected you get, the more it becomes automatically to get messages. And so this pack is brilliant and has helped many people to actually become quite a good level. Then if you want to take it to the next level, I have an 18-week course with 6 weeks practice with 36 topics. And by the time people have done those topics each week, their connection is automatic. And they understand how to become the channeler. I am also looking to do an enlightenment pack in the future, because I feel that mediumship is different levels. You've got the beginners, which you can get for free if you just subscribe to YouTube. It's a 6-week course. You have the online one, preparing your vessel. Then you have the practice one, because a lot of people go to development courses, and it's lovely that they do a bit of meditation, but they're actually only doing a little bit of mediumship. And yet I have a 25-minute session in this pack where you can practice every day and actually have communication with spirit. You can also book me for a one-to-one session if you want me to check to make sure that your clairvoyance is clear and that there's no blockages in your connection, and to actually speak to spirit and to get a message from spirit and to find out who it is that's giving you the message. I do these and it's quite successful. They're normally £20, but what I normally say is that if you've bought my pack, you can have it for £10 extra. Okay, so good luck on your journey. And remember, your spiritual journey is basically, by becoming a medium, you're actually helping yourself to get more messages for guidance and helping you on your journey and to understand and to be enlightened on how it all works and how the energies of the body works and everything. So if you would like to, please contact me or leave me a message. I will put links up to my packs if you want to become a medium. And good luck, and thanks for sharing.